What's crackling, everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list, where each episode we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're wrapping up Super Loops and wrapping up Kashi with Chocolate Super Loops. Now, the last two episodes were Cinnamon Super Loops and Berry Super Loops, which had some video issues. Don't worry, I deleted stuff. We should be good this time. But both of those got low C's, just kind of, all right, not quite Cheerio level loop cereal, but good enough. So that's where those are. This will probably be somewhat similar, though it is chocolate, and I feel like you can do a decent chocolate flavor, but I'm expected to be like a standout chocolate, like some of the stuff we've done. So I guess I wouldn't be too surprised if this is also a C, is sort of what I'm saying. But let's just find out for sure. Okay, looks like some good, decent cocoa scent in there. Down with that. Again, same sort of loops as the last two, though looks like much better coverage than the berry one. So that's maybe a good sign. Okay, here we go. Okay. Down with that. It's sort of like a slightly lesser version of some of the like cocoa ones we've done, like Cocoa Puff, Cocoa Pebble, sort of that sort of chocolate taste. Bit lesser, but not too bad. I mentioned on the other two Super Loops that there was sort of like a brittleness to the crunch, and cinnamon had it the most, then a bit less than berry. I think this one is now less than berry, so least brittle. That's fun. It's much more just sort of your normal cereal with occasionally like, oh, that crunch feels a bit off. So just gotta mention it in all of them at this point. All right, now let's see how the slightly lesser cocoa turned out in the milk. That's pretty good. Seems in line. This feels a bit more, compared to some of the other recent chocolate stuff we've done, like actual chocolate milk than like chocolate cereal milk, if that makes sense. Like that's not something I've really had in a long time and didn't have a ton back in the day really either. But that's sort of the vibe this gives me. Yeah, still pretty solid though. That same sort of cocoa-y, not quite best cocoa-y flavor, so that's good enough. Yeah, okay. Chocolate flavor milk. Good time, everyone likes that. I still don't think this was super, but it was a solid end for Super Loops. I think the main difference between this and Cinnamon Super Loops is that with Cinnamon Super Loops, I did not think it was as good as Cinnamon or Cinnamon Oat Crunch Cheerios. This one, I think I actually did like a bit better than chocolate Cheerios, because I remember the chocolate for chocolate Cheerios not quite being right. This, again, is that same sort of cocoa, just not as strong. So it's, instead of being not right, it's just like a bit weaker. And I think that obviously works a little better for it. But then piece-wise, pretty much the exact same as the other two Super Loops. Less brittle type of crunch, but nothing too dramatic. So that means what I'm going to do is give Chocolate Super Loops a C. Same rank as the other two Super Loops, but I think I would put this a bit higher, so maybe closer to mid C than a low C, you know, somewhere in there. I, again, don't think it's drastically different from the other two Super Loops, but I think it's a bit more alright than those were. And again, I think the chocolate flavor here better than the chocolate Cheerios, but I still think overall a Cheerios piece I like a bit more than the Super Loops piece we're doing. So beats out chocolate Cheerios, but then there's some other Cheerios I'm gonna see that might be a bit better. Just kind of thinking about the whole layout of that, rank itself. So it may not have been a super standout for Kashi or even too much of a standout for Super Loops, but again, I think that's sort of the wrap up for all the Kashi we've done is pretty solid. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've tried chocolate Super Loops and what you thought of it. If you have also tried all three and you have your own sort of ranking of them, not with chocolate at the top, you can let me know. Or if you do agree chocolate is at the top, you can let me know about that too. Don't be scared of sharing that. And of course, if you're sad to see Kashi's go for now, or you're very excited that I've wrapped up this Kashi stint we've been on, you can let me know about that either way. But until next time, stay delicious.